What I got here was a special delivery from Automotive. New spline set. Follow me. As you can see, Harrison's using the big one. They're coming in a set of what? I think it's 9 assorted sizes and thicknesses. Mate, they've changed my life when it comes to blocking stuff. Simple to use. So good.
That block or that piece of equipment so much better or different to traditional block?
Comparison, Durablock,
Yeah.
standard Velcro block. Comparison in size. They both have their purpose, but basically the big thing between this and this is that stays straight. So to sand that curve, I'd have to work it, and there would be a lot of guesswork in seeing whether it's straight. This, we can bend to shape. Takes the guesswork out of it. And you're being flexible. We know that curve, as long as we apply the pressure in the right spots, will stay the same. Some of you might think there might be a little bit of this flat spot here on the top, but again, comparison with the big one, we'll be able to chase that off the edge.
What is it? Massive. A good flex.
So again, just takes the guesswork out of it. So, we pulled Dylan's tried mess apart. Every year, I'm just going to pencil you in. So he's cooked the front one a little bit, not as bad as last time. So we're about to get the heat gun out, or the plastic repair kit out. We'll heat this up and I'll straighten it back out. But we totally rebuilt this end last time, but again, fiberglass being fiberglass, and he hasn't broken it, as you can see. He's just cooked it. We'll just basically sand all the dead stuff off, reprime it, and then repaint it, which is lucky. We got lucky. And the rear bar is the same, because we did a lot of modifications to the rear bar last year. We modified all this, got rid of all the exhausts and everything else, and fixed up all the reversing, parking, what are they, the reflectors, got rid of all that. So you can see I've sanded this, and you can see what happens when you burn fiberglass. It obviously bubbles. So we'll have to go through, we'll have to refill this, and then obviously reprime it, and then repaint it. So you still got more here, which is burnt as well, which you couldn't see when it was on the car. So the whole bottom of it's burnt. Just cooked it up there too. It looks good, it's not too bad. We'll save it.
What's going on, team? Doing Mr. Dylan's side pod repair. This one's the plastic one, the other pod is built out of fiberglass. So obviously within the tyre fire that happened at Summernats, this has since melted just here. So I've got my plastic repair gun. This one here is better than a standard heat gun. This one gets a lot hotter, and the air that comes out of it comes out a lot faster. Get this hot enough so I can at least mold the plastic back into place before I then sand it. With the amount of rubber that's been built up on these, it just smells like a skid. It's great. For those at home that are following along, you can do this with a standard heat gun. It just takes a little bit longer. Okay, that is now getting to where I want it. The plastic's very hot. Let's see if I can now mold it. I do have a little roller here that helps me put pressure on it without actually burning my fingers. And obviously a flat surface. This is going to help me get this as straight as possible. And as you can see, it's already almost there. It is going to require a little bit more heat though. As you can see here, I'm leaning it back a little bit because I'm trying to get it against, so it sort of folds the other way, because when it does cool down, it will want to fold back to where it was previously folded to. So in order to counteract that, we just go a little bit further. It's not going to be perfect, but at least it will be presentable when it's all painted and ready to go for Dylan. There we go. Just like that, we have a flat end to the pod. So now we are going to sand these with 180, and once that is done, I'll be able to figure out where I need to apply bog, because obviously with it melting and stuff like that, there will be some pinholes and stuff like that. Alright, so I've stopped there because here's also a little bit out of whack, and there's also a low spot here. So instead of me using filler or anything like that, I'm going to heat this up, get this flat, get this here flat, and then there's a little split there. So I'll even do a little bit of a plastic repair here maybe. Now as you can see, that there is a lot straighter. Back on with the repairs. So I'm just going to quickly buzz each end and see where we're at. Alright, that's one pod done, ready to go.
So you got the bars. So, they actually don't look too bad. So if you know from our previous scene, obviously there was some chips and some cracks in the bar, which we've now since repaired, which is good. We still have got a fine here. There's a fine crack still here. I'm not sure if you can see that. I have to go back through, and we've got some pinholes. One of the things about being fiberglass. But ultimately, considering the state they were in, considering he literally fried them, they're actually not too bad. A few pinholes still in this one, you see that?
Yep.
So we'll have to go back through with some fine filler. See, this corner's bad. This is the plastic one off the front of the car. As you know, it was a bit warped through here. It actually hasn't held up too bad considering, but in comparison to the fiberglass stuff, it's still not great. One of the benefits, I suppose, about being fiberglass is that bumper bar we've now repaired twice. This time last year, we had the same issue. We repaired it and saved it.
You rebuilt that pod?
This panel, we repaired the whole side of this basically from nothing because he tore it up when he blew the tyre. So fiberglass in comparison to plastic, if this was a plastic bumper bar, you would have melted it and then it would have been throw it out and start again. So,
and look at that, you've even got his merch on today.
I do. I always love dealing stuff. You support those who support you guys. It's the way it is. As you know, this was obviously all burnt to the shit house as well. So we've repaired it. It's come up alright. But again, yesterday the same thing. There was a whole bunch of blistering in the paint and where there was a repair for previous as well, where all the bog had basically blistered and fallen off. So we had to dig all that out, sand it back, reapply, reblock and reprime. A few chips up here. You still see there's obviously tyre slap from last year. Dylan wants to repaint this car anyway, so this is just going to get him out of trouble for powercruise. And then there was some paint that was flaking off this door mold. So we feathered that out, reprimed it, and I've done the face there as well, so we'll repaint that as well and get it ready. So that's our day. Alrighty, so everything in here, these three parts are ready to paint. Gone over them with 500, with 400 and 500. Filled any of our little pinholes, as you can see here, with our fine filler to make sure it's all good. About to give it a blow down and a prep sol to make sure it's 100% okay. Make sure there's no sand throughs or anything like that we'll have to rattle can and obviously just feather out just to make sure. Got our colour, which we'll double check, it's been sitting. And we're going to use hammer clear on this one this time as well. So we'll see how that stands up to a tyre fire next year. I'll give you a feedback on that. Bumper bars are done. Again, the Elite Clear I use from the hammer coatings, I rate it. Absolutely rate it. Been in the industry a long time and it is so good. You don't have to fight with it. It just does its thing. It's awesome. Onto the body. I've just got the door mold ready to go. So that's all sanded, ready to go. I'll remask that up now. I'm just about to clean up all the rubber off here again, second year in a row. And then I've got to sand this out, feather this out, mask this up, and get ready to blend this quarter. So just make it good enough for them to get it to powercruise so they don't say it's ugly, take it home.
And then you got to paint it white, then paint it orange.
Yes. I forgot the base coat this time around, so I had to put some white base coat down and then put the orange down. But anyway, my bad. We made it work. That's where we're up to.